Oil prices are trading near 7-year highs amid reports that exporters are failing to meet their commitments to raise output. According to a Bloomberg survey, OPEC members were only able to pump out an additional 50,000 barrels of crude a day in January. That's far short of the extra 400,000 barrels a day that was approved by the group and its allies late last year. The shortfall, together with soaring demand from a global economy emerging from lockdowns, has pushed up the price of the commodity. International benchmark Brent is up around 15% since the start of 2022. That's contributing to higher inflation in major economies like the US, China, and Europe. Markets are now waiting for OPEC's next decision on output, which comes out later on Wednesday. Now, for more on the story, let's go to Danni Hewson. She's a financial analyst at AJ Bell and joins us from Huddersfield in the UK. Welcome back to the program, Danni. Now, what's happening with OPEC? Why are its members continuing to fail to meet their quotas when they have every incentive to raise their output, given where prices are now, around $90 a barrel for Brent?
I mean, the prices are just incredible, aren't they, when you think about it? And that is having a massive knock-on to inflation right around the world. Just think about those prices that we're paying for heating our homes. The reason why many of these producers haven't upped their production is because they've not been able to. So they have been hit by the Omicron variant, which has meant that a lot of their workers have been forced to isolate, or there have been other issues like in Libya, where there have been issues with the army there, which have had a knock-on and meant that they couldn't turn on the taps as much as they might want to take advantage of those high prices. But then on the other hand, you also have the fact that OPEC are playing this as a very clever long game. They want to make sure that they can capitalize as much as they possibly can on these rising prices after, really taking a kicking because of what happened with COVID, because they know that the world is transitioning to cleaner, greener energy.
So is there any chance of a surprise later today when OPEC does make its announcement, or is it sticking to these $400,000 barrels a month that they're raising?
I can't imagine that we'll have any kind of surprise, because at the moment they're really struggling even to up that target from the 400,000 barrels a month that they want to do. A lot of the countries on OPEC are not able even to reach those levels. So to try and go any further, I think, would be very difficult. But of course, they do have to watch carefully, and they are very concerned with what might happen in the United States. At the moment, there hasn't really been the incentive for those shale producers to invest again in the way that we saw a few years ago. But if those prices keep high, if OPEC can't deliver in the way that it needs to deliver, then I think the incentive for a lot of US producers to get back in the game suddenly becomes quite an appealing thought.
All right, Danni Hewson, financial analyst at AJ Bell. Thank you for joining us from Huddersfield.